Hi there, scholars. Welcome back to another episode of Art and Science, which is going to be just a really quick lesson. We're not going to do a lot of art together, but I did want to share with you a project that you can do at home if you feel like you don't have all the materials you need to be the artist within. So something that we ran into a lot of problems with while we were in the art room is when markers stopped working. And that's sometimes so frustrating because you're in the middle of drawing something or coloring something and you have this marker and it's out of ink. This is your PSA today to say, don't throw those away so quickly. If you do have markers that do not work, number one, it's not very good to throw them away anyway. There are recycling centers that will take your markers so that it's not more plastic being added to the environment and ruining our oceans and our land. So you can recycle your markers when you are finished with them. Even when it seems like there is no ink left, I very much advise you to take this marker, take the top off, and put it into a jar full of water. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. You can see I have my jars here. I have red, I have yellow, and blue, my primary colors. And the reason I have red, yellow, and blue, and the reason they're called primary colors is because those are the only three colors you need in order to mix to create our secondary colors, which is purple, orange, and green. Red and yellow will mix together to make orange. Yellow and blue will mix together to make green, and blue and red will mix together to make purple. Now, I just chose to use the primary colors today. You obviously have colors of all different colors. So your markers, as they run out, you can feel free to make a purple watercolor paint or a green watercolor paint or orange or brown or black, but whatever color your heart desires. So this is a trick you can use with every color. I just chose for today to do it with my primary colors to show you. So as you can see, and I'm going to move this screen down a little bit so you can kind of see what my jars look like. I have 3 clear jars and I added markers in them and just filled water up enough for them to fill the bottom where those marker tips are. I put all the tips in face down because that's going to allow the ink that's left in the marker to drain, and it's going to all pool down here at the bottom and create a really nice watercolor paint, similar to the paint that we made with the food coloring. So I'm going to actually use these today and just show you a little bit of the paint. Now, the color of the paint, or the vibrancy of the paint, I should say, is directly affected by how much water you put in and how many markers are in there. So you can see I don't have a lot of red markers in here, but I also didn't put a lot of water because I knew that I wanted my red paint to be a little bit brighter. With colors like yellow, you can see I have a lot of yellow markers in here because I had a lot of yellow markers that weren't working, but also because yellow is a lighter color, so it isn't going to show as easily as something like red or blue or purple. So your oranges and your yellows and your tans are going to be a little bit lighter and probably a little bit more transparent on your paper, depending on how much water you add and how many markers you have available to do it. So I'm going to start by just dipping my paintbrush into my red, and there's still quite a lot of water in here. I let these soak for about 3 hours. The longer they soak, the better their color consistency is going to be. So I have my red, and you can see I'm already painting with that watercolor. Now, I, again, can make this darker. This one's showing up just a little bit pink. I'll actually move this down a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Oop, maybe, figuring it out, maybe. I mixed in the blue. And again, I'm getting that watercolor feel. So you can make full paintings at home using just water and old markers. And markers is a more common material that you might have at home rather than paint, which is a little bit harder to come by at home. So you can make your own watercolor. We showed you how to do it with the dye, and we showed you how to do it here with our paint as well. I'm going to get a little bit more red in there, kind of make a maybe tie-dye sun going on here. You can see that my red and blue mixed together to make a little bit of a purple there. So I did some color mixing. If I mix them together, it'll make that purple. I'm also going to try this yellow. I'm a little nervous to try the yellow because I know that yellow is a little bit harder to make. So let's see. Oh my goodness, that's actually way brighter than I thought it would be. My goodness, that might be the brightest color, and I was the most nervous about that one. So I can create and paint at home. Just like with our watercolor paints at school, I recommend a thicker paper. It's going to make your colors pop a little bit more. It's going to make the paper a little bit less transparent and soaking. I'm going to try and mix some blue with this yellow and see if I can make some green. Oh, there we go. There's some green. Wow. So you can be a scientist, you can mix colors, or you can make watercolor paint. That is all your own. It is really up to you. I just made kind of a little bit of a design there. And, you know, it's a little bit of a tie-dyed effect paper. And again, I can be inspired by this and use it however I would like. So that is our just quick tip of the day, how to make your own paint at home, and something that you can really experiment with color-wise. Now this is pretty light right now. When it dries, it will continue to get more and more vibrant, just like our watercolors do at school. So go ahead and make your own paint. Don't put those markers to waste just yet. Don't give up on them so soon. Stick them in some water with some other light colored markers, and you can go ahead and make your own watercolor paint. It can last for a long time and many, many beautiful paintings. If you make any of these paintings, please tag us on Instagram, tag us on Facebook. We want to see your art. We want to see what you're making, what you're creating, and what those imaginations are doing while you're home in this time. So I look forward to seeing what you make. I look forward to seeing those paintings. Once this dries, I can also go back over it with pens, so you can use multi-dimensional supplies in order to create something really beautiful. So I look forward to seeing what it is, and I look forward to speaking with you guys soon. Thank you for joining me.